A little sharing. Okay, comments. Let's see. All right, says we're on. Yeah, it looks like we're on there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm on Smack and Jack. Let's see if I'm on here. Check 1, 2. I'm on Smacking. There we go. All right, let me do a little sharing, folks. I'm going to give a little love there. And one person on. Pretty sure that's me. One person on. I don't know why it comes up like this. This should all be populated with my stuff, and I can click on.
Yeah, sometimes it has to do with your internet slow. I've got good.
Yeah.
Well, hit your internet. Well, that's all there.
Oh, yeah, I'm online. Oh, here we go. All right, cool. There we go. So I had to go to my timeline to find that. All right, somebody else is on. Good to see you this morning. Let me do a couple shares here, and we'll get our show started. Good to see everybody. Share to a group. We want to share to, we'll share there, and we'll share to
Barbara's on. Morning, Barbara. On this miserable, it sure is, Barbara. Hope you're not out driving. Hope you're not in the car.
We'll say there's no better place right now than to be hanging out with Smack.
Yes, with a cup of coffee, tea, or if you have somebody to make you a fire.
Let's go to Smack and Jack connection. All right, I think probably we have posted everywhere I need to post.
Yes. Yeah, Linda's on. Hello, Linda.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim. Good to see you, Jim.
Barbara, good morning. Let's share that.
Winter is definitely back, ladies and gentlemen. For how long, we don't know.
Thanks for joining. Morning, Linda. Indeed. Morning, Jim. Good to see you. So no waffles today, I guess, for Linda?
You know, Mom Ross is now living in Rehoboth. Is that not Rehoboth? Lewis. Lewis down there somewhere?
Right.
And she must be loving it because she posts a lot of, it is pretty down there.
Yeah,
but
it's very, I don't
say
know.
Hi to her for us. And
I don't know that I've ever been down there.
Yeah. Lewis is really beautiful. You know, so many people from around here overlook it and go to Jersey Shore, but that area, Rehoboth, Delaware for me is.
It seems to be more authentic.
Yes.
You know, like it's like a not that Ocean City, New Jersey,
right?
Is not
high rise
and place to go,
right.
but it just seems like that area, Lewis, Delaware, is just like more of a, I don't know, more quaint.
Yes, I agree with you. But anyway, so it's always nice to see those pictures. Good morning, Joel. Hey, guess what time it is?
What time is it?
Well, I think, I'm getting my shower. Now, we start the show, ladies and gentlemen, at 9 o'clock sharp.
Indeed, we do.
And I get up roughly 5 of 9.
Indeed, he does.
And shower. Of course, I like to be showered and shaved. Well, I didn't shave today. It's not that.
Yeah, well, I skipped
every other week,
Yep.
Yeah. And we'll get to that with something.
Okay.
I completely lost it. I had a really good bit going, and now it's gone.
Shall we do the introduction? And
where's the wah?
That is the this one. No, not that
anyway,
one.
Yes.
Not
all right. We'll do the introduction.
Sad trombone.
There we go. We'll do the introduction. I'll come back to what I was saying. Hey, grab your cup of coffee, guys. It's winter again. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
And here we go.
From the Somerset Studios in Westchester, Pennsylvania, it's Smack and Jack Live with your co-hosts Keith and Joel Slenderman.
And we're back. So anyway,
as you were saying,
as I was saying before, I was really, what do you call that when you can't remember what you were saying?
Dementia.
Yeah, dementia, early onset.
Something like that.
Actually, it's not too early because guess who's going to be 59 on Monday? And guess who else forgot to bring cupcake? It's only one. Damn cupcake. Yeah, I forgot to bring my own cupcake.
I know. My
So
fault.
anyway, I'm getting washed up this morning and the lights flicker and then the TV goes out. I'm thinking, we're going to do this remote today. 5 minutes later, boom, 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 boom. It's my brother Joel. So we're doing it's not too bad right now, but boy, when you showed up, it was blustery.
Yeah, well, it's icing out there, like sleeting or something like that, and the wind started to pick up.
Now, I've become fond of the term ponding on the weather forecast. When there's any kind of a weather situation and I don't hear the word ponding, I get upset. So ponding isn't just a puddle that happens on a road. Ponding is when it rains long enough for there to be an ecosystem in that.
I guess probably fish and
fish, tadpoles, the occasional heron, and grasses. Grasses have if anybody's a meteorologist out there, tell me where the term ponding came from.
You just like the traditional puddle.
I mean, what's wrong with a puddle?
Yeah,
look out for the puddles on the road.
Puddles. Yeah,
there'll be the occasional puddle. Oh, that's not scary enough. I wish it was a pond.
That's right. Next, it'll be laking.
Yes, laking, like the Delaware County laking effect.
So speaking of ponding, as I was coming over today, going down Route 1, 252.
Yes.
Make a left on the Route 1.
Right.
Okay. Come down the hill. There's a car over on the opposite direction that apparently had flipped into the embankment, came down, was facing the other direction. It looked pretty beat up, and of course, cop cars and fire trucks and all that. And that was an hour ago that I passed it, right? Speed
and probably this.
Speed, texting, ponding, and all that.
Everything other than driving.
Yeah, got to be careful.
Hey, who did I
folks.
just see? Betsy is on. Good morning,
Nice.
Betsy. Hello.
Right.
How is
What
everybody?
other comments we got going on before we get
Hogan?
into our heavy material?
The Hogan Galanis claim.
Yay!
Yeah,
good morning.
good to
Good
see
morning.
you. Yeah.
What's something to say here? No waffles today. Yes.
No
I
waffles.
didn't think so, unless they are homemade, which means out of the freezer, right? The Eggo waffles. Will do. Yes, she loves it, but misses everyone. Yeah, tell her I said hi. Yeah. I'm glad she's doing well down there and likes it.
Yes.
It's good.
Yes.
Okay, so Keith,
Right.
tell us about your new
new
look.
My new look. Might not have noticed. Last week, my favorite girls on the planet, Sophia and Caroline, I saw them twice last week.
Yes, right.
And I thought they were depressed about something, but when they came in to see me both times, they screamed and ran out of the room.
Which is so unusual.
So
we have should I show them?
Yeah, because I don't know what they were
seeing.
seeing.
Okay,
but
so here is a picture of Keith last week. Let's see if I can get the screen share going on here.
And this is, this is upsetting to me because I love the girls so much, and the winter and
All right, so here we go. This is what Keith looked like last week, and we still don't know why the girls ran out of the room. Is that?
Well, we're not quite sure, but I think maybe this is. I go home and I look in the mirror and I'm like,
Yeah. All right. So this is what pre-haircut Keith looks like.
Shut up!
I don't know why they would have run out of the room there, Keith.
And I've been sporting that that is very, very close. That is hilariously close to what I've looked like for the past 6 months. Love the guy. Wish I had his money, but I'd be the richest man in the world. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'd be the happiest man in the world if that did it for me.
Cheers. Cheers to a new haircut.
So anyway,
good old Jack.
So I got rid of that, and hopefully the girls will bounce back.
Now, how long had it been since you had your?
It has to be September.
Okay, so we're talking.
So I go into
months.
the place to get my hair cut.
Putting
salt down. Get out of town. He's actually finally putting salt down. The girl's just like, well, what do you want? I said, just the number 3. And she's like, on the sides. I'm like, well, you can't do much with the top, So just, and it was, bushels of it coming in. If I'd have waited longer, I probably could have gone locks for kids, or
Yes, you could have donated. That's always a worthy cause.
Yes,
always a worthy cause.
Probably wasn't enough.
Do they take gray hair? Okay,
let's move on.
Yeah, daylight savings time, folks. Daylight savings
yeah.
is tomorrow. Now, what I normally do
Wait for this. I'll just show it again. Okay. See now.
Oh,
just
there it is. Yeah. Okay. All right. What I normally do to get ready for daylight savings is I try to go to bed a little bit early on Friday night, which would have been last night.
Okay.
And then maybe about a half hour earlier than normal on Saturday night, so that when I wake up on Sunday morning, things are not such a shock. Last night I went to bed probably later than I have in weeks because Sophia had a concert, and then actually we went out and had a little gathering. I know. I thought you were working. I thought you had that conversation with Sophia. Anyway, that was the one at Ruston. That was the one at Ruston. Yeah. Anyway, so I got to bed late last night because we actually went out with some friends after there was a little gathering after the concert, which is the first time Stephanie and I have been out with friends in like years.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we got to bed probably at like 11:30, 11:45 last night, which is later than I've been to bed in, I don't know, a long time. So anyway, don't forget. Now I would say don't forget to set your clocks, but guess what? We don't need to worry about setting our clocks anymore. Anybody who has a phone, which is everybody, it does it for you. So there's another thing that we don't need to worry about.
I'm not sure if my truck does it or not.
You might need to do your truck. I got to do
now
my cars.
I know my motorcycle. Well, that doesn't have a roof, but it changes automatically.
Ooh, okay. There you go.
It's most of them that are hooked up with GPS, and I can't remember the truck or not. So, but and I don't have microwave. Doesn't my microwave?
I think probably my biggest concern is remembering to set my coffee maker.
Oh, there you go.
Because if I set, get the coffee maker all ready to go, but forget to set the time, when I come down, it will be of no avail because it'll be an hour earlier.
And for you, most people don't, they do it on Sunday because most people stay home, but you run the church. You got to get in there and play the music.
Go to church. Yeah. Get myself going. Yeah. All right. So, daylight savings time. We're not going to go into history about that. Can you believe there's actually controversy about daylight savings time as well?
Well, isn't there
some people want to do it?
caravan?
Some people don't want to do it.
I think isn't there people like raising money and they get all these truckers and they're circling.
Well, that's a nice segue.
No.
Circling what?
Are we going?
Big Ben, the official time.
Yeah, right. Yes. Okay. They took from New York all the way over to London.
Yes.
And
where's the official clock, folks? There is an official clock.
Well, Greenwich Mean Time is Greenwich.
Is that like the official clock of the world?
For Western civilization, I believe. Now, at Barbara's still, if we haven't put Barbara to sleep, she'll know because she knows these things. And I'm pretty sure it is Greenwich Mean Time is Greenwich, England.
Right. Good to see you, Mike. Okay, so let's get on to this
before we
ultimately important.
15 minutes into the show, we've done nothing.
Yeah, we've talked about nothing. The ultimately important for the entire Western hemisphere, as we were talking about, the trucker convoy that is stretched from somewhere in California. I can't remember the name of the town. California. They went through Oklahoma, Missouri, Indiana, I think, to Hagerstown, Maryland. Thousands of miles. Okay. Yeah. Thousands of miles to protest
something.
They're not even quite sure what they're protesting. So let's take a look.
Now this is news to me. I haven't watched. I usually get my news from the Colbert Report,
of course,
and I haven't watched.
It's actually good.
Well, it's actually closer to than Fox's. Oops, am I allowed to say?
I'll agree with that.
I've been going to bed early lately, so I've been missing a lot of this stuff. So, what exactly is this convoy?
Okay, so first, the convoy purported to be about opposing national vaccine mandates. But then people kept pointing out that the Supreme Court had already struck down President Joe Biden's proposed vaccine mandate, some time ago.
It's been a while, yes.
It's been a while, okay? Now, there's obviously different opinions on that. Honestly, I'd like to see the mandate go through, but that's,
Yes.
it went through the court system. So there you go.
Mhm.
Then it seemed to be about drawing attention to a general anti-COVID restrictions, anti-Biden, let's go Brandon road trip, culminating in a traffic jam on the Beltway. Although I don't think there's actually been much traffic jams on the Beltway.
Okay.
They are circulating the Beltway, which they can't even see from there. They can't even see Washington.
Right.
It just goes around.
And there's a lot of traffic there anyway, so they might not even be noticed.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 ways in
Brad?
there.
If
Mike
he checks in, he used to do the Beltway all the time. Didn't he go down at Baltimore? Isn't it? If you go down to Baltimore, you might not go down that far.
If you
But
go
I'm
to
sure he's been
Baltimore,
down
you don't
there.
typically. If you go to Washington, you might hit the Beltway.
Okay.
When we drive down to Williamsburg, we definitely hit the Beltway. When you
Okay.
go to James Madison, Harrisonburg, we hit the Beltway.
Okay.
And it is typically a nightmare to begin with. So people are saying if there's not much more you can do with that Beltway as far as tying up traffic. 'Cause
Right.
it's pretty tied up.
Right. So if Trump himself was sitting on top of one of these playing in his rock band, he probably wouldn't even notice.
No, right.
Okay.
Right. And there's, of course, differing opinions from the drivers, around the not most of the people in that area don't even agree with what the truckers are there for. So,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
again, what are we protesting here? A vaccine,
Mhm.
because that will help mankind.
You're right. Mhm.
We're
That
rallying.
you don't have to get if you don't want.
Exactly. We're rallying against maybe wearing face masks.
That you don't have to wear if you
don't
don't
even
want.
have to wear that anymore. Now I will say that there was an interview, at least one that I saw, where a trucker was there who's not partaking. He said, I am vaccinated. This particular convoy, it doesn't represent me, and it doesn't represent all truckers. It's just this particular group. And of course, even though
he's just doing his job, and now he feels like he's
right. The organizer said, this is not left. It's not a right thing. It's whatever. But of course, it's taken on the far right, as you can't do much in this regard without bringing out the real kooky people.
Right,
Okay.
yes.
It's not clear whether the convoy supporters signed up for what has turned into a lobbying junket. Organizers have met with a number of conservative lawmakers, including Senator Ted Cruz, aka
right now. Wait a minute. It's funny because it's snowing now. I have a beard. I gotta go. I got a plane flight to catch.
You're probably going to go to
I'm out
Mexico,
here.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with the show, but I got to go.
Okay.
Got
All
it.
right, there you have it. Ron Johnson. Now, you might remember that. I believe this is Ron Johnson who had, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, but I'm pretty sure this is a gentleman, a senator, who could not remember if he spoke with Donald Trump before or after the riot on January 6th. Because he talks to, he
So
talks
many
to
people,
Trump all the time.
Yeah.
I talk to him all the time. I can't remember, and I
Yeah.
can't remember what the
Right.
conversation was about. Now, maybe that wasn't him. Somebody correct me if I'm misrepresenting Johnson. Now, how about Getz? Let's see. Is there some allegations against him about some trafficking?
Oh, is he one of the?
Yeah. So
What's his name? Clan?
and then Taylor Greene. Now, we don't need to talk about
No, let's just
her
skip that.
as far
Yeah.
as just how crazy she
Yes.
is, and the fact that has anything to do with our government is just
Mhm.
it's
But
scary.
we are a free government.
That's
so,
right. And then Massey and so forth. So
yeah,
these are the folks
kind
that
of
they're
right.
they're
that are
communicating with.
sponsoring, yes.
right now. Why they want to talk to somebody who has differing opinions than they have, you might think, well, okay, we're going down there because this is our point of view. Let's talk to somebody who has a differing point of view, so we can have a conversation about
Right.
the vaccines, whatever they're.
Let's have a discussion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, not to mention that they've raised about $2 million so far. People have contributed $2 million through their fund, and the people in the convoy have no idea what's going on with that money.
Oh yeah,
They don't know.
and I can see the people writing these checks are working low-paying jobs that these people here, these names, are not supporting.
Oh, right.
And
right,
it's
exactly.
they're sending that money instead of feeding their kids or
Mhm.
maybe going to school.
Yep.
Get some toothpaste, maybe.
That's right.
So yeah.
All right.
He's on. He's Joe.
So, an evaluation
Yes.
from Newsweek estimated as of March 4th, that is, truckers are spending nearly $210 a day to drive to and from, as well as block off Capitol Beltway. When this was all planned, the average price of diesel was $1.30 per gallon, which is much lower than what it currently is. Okay, so that was as of like a week ago. So all this is going up. An average semi gets about 6.5 miles per gallon.
Well, they're paying more. Yeah, and if Brad was on, he would know that too.
Yeah.
I'd say it's going to be double that if they're driving all day long.
Yeah. So not only that,
yeah.
they're giving up. A lot of one guy said, I can't stay because he's losing 50 grand a day or 50 grand at some point.
Yeah.
All these guys are giving up so much of their money, and you're exactly right. Those people that are talking, they don't care.
No,
they don't care about what these guys are doing. No. I mean, how much does our former president care about anybody that sends in money?
Yes,
it's just
a shame.
It is a shame.
Not that everybody has to be liberal or whatever, but just my God, they seem to be sheep, and it seems to be the ones that don't have the money to.
Yes, and let us just put out there.
Yeah, and I don't know anything, but
we full well know what truckers do for our country.
Yes,
if you think about what they do, I mean, this country would come to a standstill.
Yes,
without them. Okay,
exactly.
So we're certainly not belittling that. We just this particular event.
No, and truckers work. I would not want to do it. And yes, they work.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway. We go from
okay, here we go, Betsy. Diesel's about $5.05 a gallon right now.
Yeah, is that the national? I saw somebody take a picture of that gasoline in California right now is about $7.
Yeah, I saw something this morning. I was just listening to it at 6 something. I was like, God, unbelievable. Yeah. So yes. So
try. I mean, it's that's why Brad got out of it, and Brad could tell us, but it was stressful. It's not an easy job.
So these people that are doing it, they definitely own their own rigs. I mean, they're not using. So those rigs are $1 million rigs.
Yeah. One guy said he had 4 or 5 trucks in that convoy.
So he's paying. Even if he's those people that are doing it. Donating their time, they're either taking off work, they got to be buying him dinner, they're putting gas in all those trucks, so these what could they do if they just sent that money to, I don't know, I was going to say Ukraine, but I'm thinking Michigan. What's the city of Michigan? Flint, yeah,
with all the contaminated waters, and all that.
I know those people, maybe Philly, West Philly.
Yeah. I hear you. There's lots to do with that money in this country that could be put to better use. But anyway.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to something a little bit less funny.
A little bit less funny. Going from protesting against wearing a mask, protesting about wearing a vaccine. We go once again to our thoughts on the Ukraine, which haven't really changed as far as, I mean, it's a disaster. It's a travesty. But anyway, let's look at some of the death rates at this point from the last 2 weeks of this. I don't know what you want to call it. It's really a war, right? It is a war.
It's definitely a war.
So number of civilian casualties in Ukraine during Russia's invasion verified by OHCHR as of March 10th. So this was kind of current. So civilian casualties, as you see over here, 564 have been killed, and of them 41 are children. Okay, over here you see injured, 982 injured, and 52 of them have been children. Now, when you think about injury in war, what comes to mind?
Hundreds of thousands and
lost leg.
Right.
Lost
Yes.
arm, yes. Like we're not talking about a scratch.
Right.
Permanent damage.
Right.
For these people. and I understand that we are a bit reluctant to, and I don't know everything about why we're not getting involved, manpower and all that, other than I realize that would be escalating the conflict, which they're trying to avoid doing.
Right. Yes.
They are sending, the United States and other NATO countries are sending over, ammunition and supplies and all that stuff, and humanitarian aid. I'm not quite sure how much longer we can.
No, stay out of it, because eventually something's going to happen. But
and then
even if you see those numbers, 41. If one of your children was bombed, it would be.
It's
and go to the next thing. That's equally as.
And then this is how many Russian troops have died at this point, which is U.S. believes about 4,000. Ukraine was saying it's closer to like 12,000 have died.
You know, how many of those fighters, you know, when we went to World War II, there was people signing up. My father-in-law Bill signed up when he was 35. I mean, this is something you had to do.
Yeah.
You know, just we have to stop this. How many of these Russian soldiers are into this whole thing, you know?
Right. Well, I saw a video the other day where this one Russian soldier, he must have been like 18 or 19. They captured him and he was crying.
Yeah, when they were feeding him.
Yeah. You know, they're holding a phone so he could talk to his mom. Everything. I mean, these are kids. These kids have no idea. They didn't realize they were getting into this.
Sure.
Apparently, when they signed up to be in the military, they didn't realize they were going to go actually into combat. So it's just, you know, on obviously the Ukraine. This only shows the Russian side, but Ukraine obviously losing many soldiers on the battlefield as well. In addition, it's just I don't know. What are your thoughts out there, folks? I don't know.
It's just a sad state of affairs, and unfortunately, people that run the world don't care. You know, this guy is
Putin's war.
Yeah.
You know? And there is the high patriarch bishop who is supporting Putin in this, like the highest religious figure in Russia.
Yeah,
is supporting.
So that goes to show you.
And
it's always been my problem with religion, but
it can be skewed in many different ways.
Yes.
But you know, love thy neighbor. There's only one way to take that.
Yes, right.
And you know,
love
your neighbor as yourself. Love God above all.
Yep.
You know, if you just follow that,
couple of things,
then this would be.
And those people, when they get to that height, you know, I always say the Pope the same way. You know, I mean, they're so removed from their congregation. You know, put him into the streets in Russia with these 15-year-old kids that are, you know, and he might change his mind. But anyway,
we agree with that. Probably would be World War III.
Yes.
If we got involved,
and you know, if we don't get involved, they take over.
Well, apparently, as soon as they cross over into a NATO territory, then that will be a different story.
Right. But I mean, that's what happened in World War II. You know, I mean, what's he? I don't know the history and all this. I don't know why he's going in there anyway. Ukraine. I know it was part of the. Is he trying to rebuild the?
He doesn't really know
USSR,
either,
right?
Seems.
Yeah.
You know, USSR. He's genocide for
Soviet Russia
for those who are, you know. Or Russian backers or Russian supporters, empathizers. So there's no evidence of any of that. Like he's just saying that that's why he's going in. Anyway, there's a whole lot more to that story, folks.
We'll keep you up to date. Let's move on to something a little happier. Do we have anything happier at all today, Joel?
Well,
anything
you can smack the like button. You can love the love button if you're getting anything out of this.
Can you move that camera a little bit? This is ridiculous, is what's going on.
Oh, we're having a blizzard here, folks. Well, we've never done this before.
All right, hold on. We might go with a.
We're gonna get
this is just ridiculous.
Alternate view of what's going on outside.
I put on my Breckenridge T-shirt this morning. Can you see it?
Can you see any snow? We see it. We see a truck.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, happy March.
Shall we get on the trivia?
What's going on in March? I can't remember. Einstein was born. Billy Crystal was born.
So we have Einstein, Crystal,
something down here,
and somebody else has a birthday.
Yeah, anybody got an idea? Just throw it out there.
When is your birthday, Keith?
March 14th.
March 14th, and that is on what day?
Monday, I believe.
Monday,
yes, Monday. Me and Albert Einstein, Billy Crystal. I think there might be a couple of more people that are a little bit more current. I'm not in current with popular anything. So
current would be so out of sorts.
Current to me is like 1997.
Oh, wow.
So anything after that
recent?
Yeah. Yes.
Although it was more like 87. Anyway, so happy birthday, Brother Keith.
Yeah.
If I had been more prepared for today, I would have had a little bit of a candle and
like
and
I said,
all that
I don't celebrate anymore. But our cousin Joby said, Aunt Marna said, every day is a reason to celebrate.
That's right.
And she is.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes,
indeed. So. All right, shall we get on the trivia?
Yeah,
because that was part one of our trivia.
Yes, it is. Pi Day. Yes.
Right. 3.
314.
3.14.
Three,
right.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Let's do some trivia.
That's
yes.
a good day to be
Yes.
celebrate your birthday. Okay, so on to trivia, folks. Get ready. So I think we have 4 trivia again today.
Okay.
So be ready to type in.
Now
your
we were going
answer.
to do something about St. Patty's Day, St. Patrick's Day, but you couldn't find any trivia.
I couldn't find any trivia in this particular format. I like this
Okay.
format because we can ask the question.
Yes.
And then come back later and view
right.
the answer.
Yes.
Which if I'd done it the other way, I would have had to type everything out.
So we're going
running
to do
short on
English,
time.
which I think historically England and Ireland have always been best buds, right?
Oh yeah.
Shut up! All right, here goes question number 1. Now you're going to answer these. You put number 1 and then your answer, and then number 2 and all that.
Yep.
So that way we can read them. I mean, decipher what's what. And this is going to be the toughest question of them all. London Calling was the 3rd studio album released by which English rock band? London Calling. Put your thinking caps on there. Yeah, we're going a little bit before 1997 on that.
Yeah.
All right, that's number 1. Number 2, ruling for 64 years, which queen was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth II? I may have an answer. I know Barbara's going to get that one. Number 3, who was the first Tudor monarch in England? Who was the first Tudor monarch in England? I would have guessed on that one too, but I might not be. My ex-wife would be. Kathy would be. Kathy, you're out there watching this show. She knows all this stuff. Who was the first Tudor monarch in England? And are we doing the next one?
Yep, number 4.
Okay, number 4. In what year was Queen Elizabeth II born? What year? Goodness,
That's getting very specific.
Yes.
I mean, they talk about specific. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So number 1, London Calling was the 3rd studio album released by which English rock band? Ruling for 64 years, which queen was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth II? And who was the first Tudor monarch in England? And in what year was Queen Elizabeth II born? Okay.
Okay. We've got some answers coming in. Good. Great. Yep.
All right. So we have a live video interruption.
What? What's that mean? Oh, are you kidding me?
All right. So, looks like it's back on. All right. Good. We're back. Looks like we had a video interruption. And we are back on. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Keith?
Okay. Let's let that marinate for a little bit.
Yeah. And I guess we just have the jokes and we'll come back to here, right?
Yes. Well, actually, let's do this day, in
history?
musical history.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't really do a whole lot of, but this you can't know this and not pass this on. Bobby Lee Nelson, Willie Nelson's oldest sister, passed away the other day.
Oh.
She was born in 1931. So what's that make her? She's 99 years old. Is that right?
Okay.
No, not 99.
1931.
She's as old as mom.
Yeah, like
she'd be 90.
like
90, 91.
Yeah.
She started. Her grandmother taught her how to play piano. She was in the band. She played piano in the band for a long time. Some of these albums that I.
So this is really the other day in history. Well, it's not today in history. It's the other day.
I do very little for this show, ladies and gentlemen, and I get very little time on the podium.
Go ahead.
And when I am interrupted on the podium, I get upset. Now I used to, yeah, there you go. Yes, it is the other day in history, but she just recently passed away. I imagine she just died of old age, but I saw Willie not too long ago. I went with Themis and Jackie, and I would imagine she was in the band at the time. I didn't really, I know she was because I can picture.
How old is he?
I don't know. He's 90, very close. It says the oldest sister, so I guess he had a whole bunch of siblings.
Yeah.
But anyway, she passed, and rest in peace.
Okay. Shall we get on the jokes?
Yes.
Let's brighten things up just a little bit. Let's brighten it up. We're going to brighten it up whether you like it or not, folks, here. All right. So I have 3 jokes. My final joke actually came from our school announcements the other day.
Sophia! Sorry, Can I take another minute? Hey, Sophie, how's it going? Give everybody a hug and all that kind of stuff.
How's it going, so?
Yeah, great to see you guys. Hope the new house is all great. Sophie is doing
Nice,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
the little boy. Now I got to keep going
Okay,
because
all right, go
the Galana's kids. I can't say how beautiful Sophie is anymore because she's a beautiful adult. The kids are gorgeous. I mean, they're all gorgeous.
Nice.
I mean, Johnny is just like beautiful. Anyway, give everybody a hug. I'll come down and see you guys soon. All right.
And I'm not sure if it's true anymore, but I think his favorite show used to be Smack and Jack.
Yes,
true?
we
So-
have. Yep. We do have a. We should put that on our archives of him when he was. Now he's. I think he's 2.5. I think he was a half. He was laying on the
Right.
kitchen counter watching it on.
So you're suggesting that maybe he knows better by now?
Yes. Now he's out doing a paper route or something.
Right.
Whatever you can do to not watch the show.
All right. So
anyway,
joke number 1. What's the difference between a viola and onions?
What?
Nobody cries when you chop up a viola.
That's a pretty good one.
I like that one too. What sort of music does a mountain like?
What?
Rock. Oh, of course. Okay, and this is the one that I heard on our announcements the other day in school. Why can't a bike stand on its own?
Why?
It's too tired.
All right. Woo-hoo. Yes.
Yeah, I like that one. Actually, I hear a number of them on the announcements.
That's
that,
nice to do
that
that.
I think are cute.
Yes.
But I'm actually doing stuff and I can't write them down. But this one I remembered. Okay, so we get back to this day in history. Then we're going to let everybody
Yes.
go and enjoy this beautiful snow-filled day that we're having. I mean, any outdoor plans that you had coming into this
Other
day?
than going out to get some firewood,
Right.
or
Yeah.
I would have almost said, if you're going to go out to do a morning breakfast show, I would have scrapped it. But no, I'll tell you, this guy is, they don't call him a mailman's son for nothing.
That's right. Neither sleet nor rain nor
What's that other
wind.
thing?
I can't remember.
Driving
in
school buses? No, that wasn't it.
All right, let's get back to our trivia.
Can't wait. All right, yeah, sorry. Let's go back.
London Calling was the third studio album. Do we have any comments on this one?
Well, I don't know.
Released by which English rock band? I actually. Do we got interrupted again, dude?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, why are we getting interrupted so many times?
No, it's probably.
Oh, we're back on. All right, let's just. It seems to be catching up. All right.
Is it catching up? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
London Calling was the third studio album released by which English rock band? Sorry, we got interrupted again.
Sophie's got it.
All right, ready?
The Clash.
Who did she say? Clash?
said The Clash,
Yeah.
Very
That's
good.
one I actually kind of knew. All right. Ruling for 64 years, which queen was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth?
Elizabeth. Betsy says, I'm pretty sure she said QE1.
Queen Elizabeth. the
Okay, hold
first.
on. I'm going to say
Okay.
Victoria.
I
But,
was thinking Victoria too.
okay, let's.
All right, let's find out.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, man. We're flexing our muscle here. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, who was the first Tudor monarch in England? I'm gonna.
Well, I'm going to say Henry is. I don't think that's the only one that comes to mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Henry
the VIII. You
That-
were
wait a minute,
thinking
that's-
Henry the Third or something.
No,
Or Henry the
that's,
Seventh.
That's Henry the Seventh. I was
Seventh.
thinking of Henry the Eighth. I am. So I was wrong. Okay.
You just stick it with Henry.
Yeah. I'll give it to myself.
All right,
Yeah.
last one. In what year was Queen Elizabeth II born? I'm
I'm going to say 19.
I'm gonna go with 1923.
Right around there. I'm going to say 25. Oh,
Ooh,
26.
wow,
Okay. Well, I knew she's
1926.
very close to a.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah. Wow. Getting a little long in the tooth there, huh? All right. Thanks for playing, guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Give your
Long in the tooth like this guy.
give yourself a
This is a
pat.
national. Oh my God. Yeah, let's
Give
take
yourself
her
a
out the
pat on the
pasture.
back there
Yes,
for
yeah,
all
very
your
good, yeah.
answers,
Mhm.
whether they were correct or just kind of close.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We appreciate your comments today. We
Yes.
appreciate all that we see. A lot of love and likes and
Yeah.
and laugh
Sophia's got pretty good
and
taste.
what are you
Yeah,
talking
okay.
about type
Yes.
things up there. Whoa,
Mhm.
and get off of Facebook
Yes,
again.
please.
And,
Yes, Mark Zuckerberg is going to. Hey, guess what?
What?
As a little caveat here, as we're leaving last week, 2 weeks ago, right after you left, and we were talking about our friend Rich. Richard stopped in.
Yeah, really?
Rich, yeah.
yeah. Okay,
So
cool.
we're gonna have him on.
Okay.
He's super into it. So we'll have him
Nice.
on, do some jokes or something like that.
Sure.
And,
All right.
Rich is very charismatic, or he's good.
Very personable.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's a good
I'll agree with
camera
that.
kind of person. Yeah. So we'll have him on next couple of weeks, and we're gonna have a couple of your friends. We've been talking about having people on forever. So maybe when it gets a little bit warmer, things get a little bit more loosened up. We'll have some more.
I will be quite honest. The reason why I haven't scheduled anybody is because I'm never quite sure that I'm actually going to be able to do this.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Joel's got a lot going on.
Originally, Stephanie and I were
right
going to
now.
ride up to the mountain house today to make sure it's, we haven't been up there for a month, so we wanted to go check on it. But with the weather being as it is, they're supposed to get 8 to 10 inches of snow up there.
Now,
there's a winter warning and all that.
Now, you guys can, we're getting off the show here, but you can write in letters after the show if you couldn't get somewhere and you had a property and you're thinking, hey, I wish I could get up there. I can't get up. I got a brother. Well, the 4-wheel drive does absolutely nothing 7 days a week. Would you have him go up and just check on the place?
Well,
There
you all
can't be
know,
any
you all
beer
know
up
that that's
there.
not true. I mean, there's no possible way he does nothing for 7 days a weweek. He works two jobs. He hardly has time to.
I don't know.
to do anything.
It seems
So-
like I don't do anything. But anyway,
So,
I can always go up for you.
all right.
But this week definitely is a good idea that you didn't go up because you
Yeah.
get stuck, might not even get there. So.
Yeah. So,
All right. Well, next week,
folks.
the next time we do it, next
Mhm.
couple of weeks, hopefully it's going to be spring.
Yeah,
remember
I
this-
understand that after this little weekend, that going forward, we're going to be in the 60s.
yeah, it can't be too much
We can
longer
put the
because,
snow shovel away soon.
We're going to have to battery up the bikes, go for a ride.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I agree.
Yes, it's been a long time since I've been out on the bike. I think, I don't know if they're going to put salt out on the roads today. They probably will. Be another week before the salt washes off.
Right. Yeah. Salt's not good for the bikes.
No.
Not good for cars either,
Not-
but
not
certainly
good
not
for-
good for bikes.
So,
Keith, have you ever been on an airplane?
yes.
It comes in for a landing and you think, all right, I'm ready to get off this plane.
Yes.
And then it just kind of keeps going and going and going and going. You think it's stopping. No.
Oh,
it
I
keeps
see what
going,
you're
going.
saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's kind of where we are right now.
It's exactly
in
where
our
we are.
show. Like
Yes.
we're in that, like we're going and going, trying to find out where to get off.
And you have to go to the bathroom. And the sign's up. And if you even so much as grab your belt, they come over and
Exactly,
please
yeah.
sit down. Please sit down.
Yeah, the lights
please
come
sit
on.
down. Yes.
Start
Yes.
to fasten your seatbelts. All right, folks.
Yes. Thank you all
think
very
that's
much
it.
for stopping. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much for stopping by. A little disjointed as usual, but I think that's our charm by now. We're giving up on being professional.
It's
We're just going to
definitely.
be charming.
I'm like, well, okay. If you want to go the charming route, that's fine.
It's better than dyslexic. And what was that other
Dementia.
dementia-esque?
And yeah, just
Because that's coming, ladies and
just
gentlemen.
generally
Boy, I tell you.
unprepared.
Okay. Unpreparedness. Unpreparedness.
But be careful of the ponding. Folks.
Yes,
Be
the
careful of
ponding and the laking effect,
Yes.
just the horrible conditions out
All right.
here.
Speaking about having to use the bathroom.
Yes. Love you all. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, you deserve a thought of your own.
So be in touch. Be in touch to learn, laugh, and live. We'll see you on the next Smack and Jack Live. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks. Take care.
Happy spring.
Cheers.
Jack